Welcome back, everybody. This is Chalkboard Academy, episode 3. We are going on now, and training camp has officially started. So there is more than enough news to be able to talk about this week. Um,
Yeah.
do we want to just start running through some top news things and whatnot?
Yeah, I think we can certainly do that. Let me just go to
Like,
what I had on top. A few key things I saw kind of right off the rip is I saw a report that the Bills are going to go for more of a balanced approach this year. Their new coach Joe Brady acknowledged that uh, James Cook's workload was very high last year, and he kind of discussed the potential of sharing the load a bit more. Which way does that go? We aren't very certain if that means more passing opportunities for Josh Allen, rushing opportunities for Josh Allen, or if it just means more splitting carries.
gotcha.
No matter which way you shape it, it's not good news for James Cook. Could it be good news
No.
for Josh Allen and the guy that I talked about last episode, DJ Moore? Maybe. Um, but yeah, what we do know is not good for James Cook. And I mean, it could be like small. It could be 4 carries a game, if even
hmm
that he loses, and he's still an official back. So I'm not
I think there
saying
was
he should drop to the fourth round. I'm just saying, keep it in mind.
I think they were saying that last year though as well. And I thought Cook even had a bit of a slow start to
Yeah,
begin last year,
that's something.
but then eventually they're like, "Oh, wait a second, I forgot we have an uber
Wait,
athletic running
last
back."
year,
Yeah.
last year he was RB
Oh
five,
no.
2,
Nope.
5, and 9 to start the year.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm wrong.
I mean, but it wasn't like crazy numbers. I mean, he only broke 22 of those weeks, and one time it was 21. But it's still, I mean, 19, 26, 19, 20.
Yeah.
If I'm getting that out of my first run running back in my first 4 weeks, I'm very happy.
Yeah. I'd be pretty happy with that too.
And then yeah, a couple rough weeks after that, and then he explodes. I thought it was
Yeah.
fairly consistent top 10. A few 2 weeks outside of it.
hmm I'm just gonna scroll through Twitter, see some top highlight things, and just touch on those. One of them was Bashal Tootin apparently was the most impressive player of the entire day for training camp one, but I mean that's not.
I've heard good things. Really good things.
Yeah, that wasn't too surprising, honestly, to me. Because who else would they have there? BTJ, which who knows with him. Travis Hunter's probably still rehabbing a little bit and not able to go 100%. I can't think of any other offensive pieces that I'd expect to blow up right away.
Yeah, I saw from a few days ago that Vishal Tuden is that he got praise from the head coach, which obviously, like, every coach is going to
Mhm.
say good things during training camp. It's mostly the bad things you're worried about.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Tuden's been getting all the bulk of the first team reps so far, so it's always good stuff to see.
Trev, you got anything that you've seen that you want to touch on?
Not really. It's been, I don't know, not overly exciting, I guess.
Word. I have to touch on Malik Neighbors. I keep seeing clips of him running, and it's horrifying because he looks really good and fluid. And
That's I was gonna touch on that next. That he's looked good in
yeah,
practice.
to be fair, it's still no pads,
It's
and it
true.
was a meniscus injury, so I imagine it'll slow him down. But unfortunately, I've already planted my flag on that one. So if I go down with a ship, that's how it's got to be.
So I mean, I can just read the report that I have in front of me about Malik Neighbors. Just a quick blurb, but it's like it's first time that at least reporters have seen Neighbors run since his knee injury. Adding that the Whiteouts efforts today, I guess it says Wednesday, but I was going to say, bode well for um, his week 1 status. So that's a notion echoed by Schefter, who noted that after the practice, the neighbors looked at the wide receiver who was tracking to play opening night against the Cowboys. That's probably maybe a long shot.
Better
But
be
yeah,
a long shot.
that's that. Yeah, very very good to hear for anybody who's got like neighbors.
If they do get neighbors, which I'm not betting on, but if they do get neighbors week 1, this offense and team as a whole is significantly more appealing than what they would have been going into the year.
I agree. Of course,
Like,
I've got
they could-
I've got the hill I'll die on about Jackson Darts. We both might be eating our words.
Like they could definitely ruffle some feathers there. The Eagles losing AJ Brown. The Cowboys, they're getting better, but I mean, it's never the Cowboys' year.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they could make some waves. Who am
Yeah.
I
Well,
forgetting? Oh, yeah, and then Washington, who knows with them? I mean, 2 years ago, they were in the NFC Championship, but then last year, I mean, they just exploded.
yeah. I mean, it all depends on Jaden Daniels. I hope he stays healthy. He's so exciting, so much fun, and amazing in fantasy. So,
Oh, he's running so
yeah,
cool.
we hope he can stay healthy. And yeah, that division will be pretty much
Oh,
wide open.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, like Eagles should still be favored, but you never know.
Yeah, it could be fun over there. Fun division to watch.
Yeah.
I just hope Caleb Downs lives up to it. I can't believe how far he
Oh my
dropped in the
gosh.
rookie draft. That was crazy. I'm like, this is Kyle Hamilton 2.0. What are we doing?
Yeah, I completely agree. The fact that he got that far down, I was just praying he would have fallen far enough for the Vikings to get him.
Yeah. And then being a Vikings fan, seeing us pass up on Thieneman, and then him going to the Bears. I'm like, why? I guess it's sort of remedied now that we have Jamal Adams, but still,
I mean, he's a linebacker now.
yeah. So it's like Brian Flores is a genius, so he'll probably throw him at safety, then linebacker, and who knows where. But
Yeah,
still,
I will say he fits good in that defense. I think it'll be very, very fun. See how he's used. Hopefully
Yep.
Hopefully he still got it. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See, I got a couple more kind of news things I can just kind of rip through quickly if we want.
Yeah.
I guess first thing, I see Deshaun Watson handled first team reps today. And today is Wednesday when we're recording this. Again, this is nothing that's really being. It's not much. It's just they're going to continue to split first team between Deshaun Watson and Shador. Whoever the starting quarterback is, I don't know if it would change. Like what if it's Deshaun Watson versus Shador Sanders? Does like the draft location of, let's say, I mean, really the only guy there is Harold Fannin. Does that change at all for either of you?
I
I
don't
think
think
it
so.
would a little bit. I prefer Shador for Fannin just because I don't think Shador has enough of an arm, or he prefers shorter throws. But that's also like marginal, maybe 5 spots total of movement. But
I mean, I think Shador give me a little more confidence because we've seen them together. Harold Fannin was producing with it. Watson, you never know. And yeah, I don't know. Trevor, any thoughts?
I think that they're both kind of below average quarterbacks, but I think Shador definitely offers him more upside, just personally, just because of the dump downs. And I feel like, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how that progresses for sure. I don't know. I don't know if just Deshaun Watson doesn't have it or if somehow he found it again. Really, I'd be interested to see that.
I mean, if Watson were to like beat him for the first team, I think that would give me confidence because it's like, okay, maybe he's still got something, or vice versa. Like if they come out, before preseason that they've got a starting QB for like any preseason stuff starts, that would give me more confidence either way. If they're still going into preseason being like, you'll see week 1, I'm not touching single Cleveland Brown.
They did just bring in Todd Monken. I was gonna say because I love Stefanski, but I forgot that they got rid of him.
Yep.
But it's like, if it's a new regime, do they even try to hold on to Watson? Or do you think, even though he has such a big contract, the GM's still trying to find a way to force Watson back into it so it's not all completely lost money?
Let's see. Another one I had is for Rashid Shaheed. Let me give you exactly who said this. I don't have an exact actual name yet. So just take this with a grain of salt for now, but it's in front of me. They say, who is they? I don't know. Shaheed is
I
preparing
got
for
you. It's John Boyle.
Okay. That he's preparing for a larger offensive role in his first full season with the Seahawks. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. If I just finished reading the headline, I would see John Boyle of the team's official site reports.
Yep.
That works.
Yeah, as he builds chemistry with Sam Darnold. So not good for JSN. How much does his role expand? I don't know if it's that much. We saw what he was in New Orleans. Obviously, he's in a better offense than he was there. But he still wasn't, like a 7-8 target guy. So how much of that is he going to take away from JSN? Not a lot, I don't think.
I think if
But
anything, that might help JSN out in a way, just
yeah,
because some
I can see that.
defenses are going to have to look towards other guys instead of just locking in on JSN because, hey, JSN's the only guy that they have. Well, now they got a couple other threats, so might loosen it up a little bit for him.
I will say JSN had a very high kind of yards per route run, extremely high actually. So
Yeah.
maybe with Shaheed kind of running more of those probably downfield routes to take the top off the defense. Yes, it'll probably give JSN more space, but at least that number itself will almost certainly go down.
Yep.
So you're more just hoping he's going to get more volume this season, which he should.
Yeah, because I remember Jason got a ton of deep play action points because I think it was like the Seahawks were top 5 in RPO total yards. So they just blow the top off with JSN, which if I imagine they'd stick to that because they know it works. But who knows now? They've got a new offensive coordinator, or maybe that will not be the case. And I did see also that Jadarian Price was getting a lot of receiving work in training camp. So if they try to work him more than they did with Ken Bone or Charbonnet, maybe there's a chance that JSN isn't as targeted by defenses, but also there's a chance that he just doesn't get targeted as much, period. So it could go anyway right now.
What do you guys take away from the Olave news? He missed
What news?
because of not an injury, but I think it's more of a money issue, trying to work out a
I was holding
contract.
out.
I think so.
I'm not familiar with what's going on there.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Says that Olave didn't participate in the team drills because he's on his final year of his rookie deal. He's hoping to get an extension or something. How
Blame him?
concerned are we about that at all? None.
Depends how long he holds out. Because
Yeah, I'd say it's so early. It's kind of too hard to tell.
we've seen for years that the longer a player holds out, the more likely they are to get an injury risk. Like Brandon Ayuk, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, he held out for a while, then he was super slow to ramp back up. Same with Terry McLaurin a few years ago as well. He was super slow, and then he was pulling his hamstrings and whatnot. So right now, I'm not concerned.
And one good thing about it is he's holding in, I guess, opposed to holding out. So he's there, he's just not participating, which is obviously a lot better than just not even showing up to training camp at all. But yeah, I'd say to kind of if we're still having this conversation in a month, then would kind of start to for sure have more concerns. But for now, while it's so early and obviously he just wants an extension and
Yeah.
to just not participate seems like a pretty logical step. I don't seem too great right now.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing out of Gibbs and Bijan also. They're both holding out because they saw A-Chan got a giant contract, and obviously they're the two best running backs in the league right now by talent, I think. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I did see a joke about that it's just like either both of them are waiting for the other one to sign a contract so they can sign for more.
yeah, it's the Cold War.
So we'll see who ends up signing the first. I feel bad for both of those teams because you are really bidding kind of what both of those players are worth.
Got
So
how
yeah,
big his contract
I
was.
guess we'll see what happens there. That is going to be a payday for those two guys for sure.
Yeah, A-Chan's was 4 years, 64 million. So I imagine they're gonna want at least 64 million. One of them will probably push up to like 68.
I was thinking anything up above. Well, let's see. So a 4 year 64. What is that? That's
16.
16. I was
Yeah.
thinking they're going to get north of like 17, 18 range.
If they could get 20. What is the highest contract right now?
I can for sure. I can see 20. I mean, I can see 20 for Bijan. For Gibbs, it seems like a lot to ask for a guy who's never been,
Yeah, I guess.
the
I didn't know
the
they broke
workhorse
20.
every down back. For
Uh,
Bijan, I mean, he has been that guy.
yeah. I didn't even know they broke 20. I thought
Who
A-Chan's
got
was the highest.
who got
Barkley
20?
had
Oh yeah,
Barkley's is 20 per year. So, and then CMC's is 19. So
yeah. So they're
I
breaking
would
20.
not be surprised. Oh, that's gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
Lions can't have much cap space, can they?
Oh, but
Is
Saquon
it-
is only a 2 year deal. Same with
I think it was 3.
McCaffrey. Oh, this. Oh, I mean, this is
I don't know.
Google AI. I mean, I just quickly looked it up. So I got the same number from the at least the AAV. So
Yeah.
all right. Just moving on. Bad news for our new rookie running back we talked about last episode, Jeremiah Love. And again, this is very early, so take this with a grain of salt. Tyler Algier has been the first running back with Arizona's first string offense during the early stages of the training camp. So I mean, again, this Jeremiah Love is just getting here. I do believe he's gonna be the clear every down back, most down back. I guess Algier is always famous for vulturing up some very lucrative touches.
Yep.
But at least to start the year, if you're drafting Jeremiah Love as your week one starter, you might not be very happy. You might be actually very upset for the first couple of weeks, um, while he's still trying to take that backfield from Algier. And I mean, we'll see how this story progresses throughout the offseason. Obviously, we could get to the point before like around preseason or before preseason where we're saying that it's just Jeremiah Love in the backfield with the first offense. That would be awesome. But that's kind of right around where drafts are going to be. So just hope that you're going to be on the right side of where you draft.
Yeah, and Arizona's O line is middle of the pack. I thought I remember seeing another rankings where they were pretty middle of the pack, bottom half, like around 24, 25 ish. So I'm just afraid he's going to get the Ashton Genty treatment, where even if he is able to become the clear starter, it's not going to matter because his O line's just going to get killed. But I don't know how realistic that's going to be.
Yeah,
I'm much lower on him than you guys, though. So
it's true. Let's see. A few other things I've got. I mean, we can just do this quickly. It's not too much we got to talk about. Mahomes taking part in 11 on 11s. It's always that's good to see for better offense there.
You
Micah
gonna talk on the
Parsons,
Panthers injuries at all?
I do not know what they are off the top of my head.
Oh, jeez. I saw their stud linebacker. I forget who he is, the name.
Nick
He's going
Scorton.
Yep, Scorton. He
He's
just
out
tore
for the
his
year.
ACL. Yep, he's gone. So their defense that we were talking about being sneaky good is probably not going to be nearly as good. Their rookie wide receiver just got a sprained PCL, and that's going to be an 8-week recovery. So,
I did see Brazil.
so yeah. Yep, Brazil. He'll be a risk coming into the season for re-injury, or he's going to be starting really slow. Not that I expected him to get many touches, but it's going to be rough for Dynasty.
This is
Yeah,
rough. I don't know who and then they've got Taylor Moore. I mean, I don't know who the stars are. Their O line, so maybe these are back.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Moton got a blood clot, missed the start of the regular season. 2 guards, Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt, both missed practice.
Yeah, they just got beat up. It
Doesn't seem
seemed
too
like.
bad. Another
This is quite the pull, but Cyrus Allen, rookie receiver for Kansas City, has been getting first team reps. I mean, maybe that might be something worth looking at
It could be sneaky for a dynasty.
potentially. Because I mean, they got Rasheed and they got Worthy and whatever, but they might be looking for another guy to help boost that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Noah Gray's also pretty good for a backup. This could definitely be the year that I think he passes Kelsey.
I could very well see that. I mean,
he's been solid.
What did he do last year?
Xavier Worthy. I don't like Xavier Worthy at all. He's only ever shown up in like the postseason for 2 big plays, and that's what everyone remembers. But during the regular season, he's a bum. And he got hurt by his own teammate. Travis Kelsey ran through him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never been big on Worthy.
But yeah, so a couple more things. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these as quick as possible here. Micah Parsons unlikely to leave the pup during camp. So again, we'll see whenever he's able to come back. Tucker Kraft, week 1 remains in play. So again, I can monitor that. See when he's going to be slotted to come back. Bucky Irving is full go training camp.
Yeah, I will not believe it until I see it with Bucky.
Yeah, I mean, from at least the wording here, and I don't know if this is a quote by any means. This is looking to reestablish himself as a top option. So does that mean it's not really solely his backfield right now? I kind of hope so. Maybe we can see that he's a full go and he's gonna get it back. That'd be great to hear.
Yeah.
Obviously Bijan's not participating. He's trying to get his deal. Same with Jameer. And I think that is all I had.
Sick.
Am I forgetting something? Probably, but
I saw Shamar Stewart. His knee just imploded.
yes, that is the last thing that I had. Yeah. So Cincinnati's defense is just going to be worse.
That's boost up Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, baby.
Yeah.
Even more. Yeah, I just feel bad for them. That's tough.
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for him as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's
Yeah,
anything
because
else.
he injured on the first day, is now in crutches, and his leg is in a brace as he waits the results of his further testing. So, all right.
Yeah.
I think that does about good for. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the Bucks. Vita Vea requesting a trade, and then Baker, he's not extending his deal, so this is probably his last year there.
Yeah,
you see him going somewhere else after this, or do you see him retire?
Yeah, he's coming to Minnesota.
You think so?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it kind of depends on Kyler and JJ. I mean, if they both suck, I would love that. Um, obviously, if Kyler's great, just roll with Kyler. Maybe get rid of a guy who did great for us, and then all of a sudden, next year you can go win a Super Bowl.
Darnold.
I don't know where our money would be with Baker though, because I feel like we got a lot of money already pretty tied up.
Yeah, you got a good point.
Because I imagine Baker's gonna want all that money, but we'll see. He
Baker
might
threw
play
40
with-
touchdowns in 24.
Yeah, their offense was elite.
Yeah, I just can't believe it.
Apparently, Tutu Atwell had an amazing catch, or at least a bomb from Malik Willis. But I mean, who's on the Dolphins' defense to stop him? So
What do you mean elite? They're elite. Yeah, I don't believe I had anything more. I guess I saw obviously my guy Bo Nix he's full go. I think it was full go.
yeah,
Yeah, he
apparently
was a
Michael
full
Wilson's
participant today.
good. I was gonna say apparently Michael Wilson's outperforming Marvin Harrison, but I mean that's old news. We saw how Michael Wilson played last year. I've thought he's better. Well, not
He's-
thought. Last year,
Eye test would
came
tell
to
you
the
he's
conclusion.
better.
Yeah, I mean he was a good prospect coming into the draft. Obviously, not as high as Marvin Harrison, but
Yeah.
still, he wasn't anything to bluff at.
No, by no means. All right. Well, I think that gets away the rough news and the good news. Obviously, sucks talking about injuries and some of our top guys probably not getting the workload they got last year. But at the same time, I feel like coaches kind of say that every year. You're not going to be like, yeah, we're going to give him the ball 425 times this year. Just kind of happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with that out of the way, you want to transition to our next segment here?
Sure. So on the back end, I've been able to start working on a website. So this is where we're gonna be working with moving forward because we were having some trouble with just Excel, moving players around in rankings and whatnot. That wasn't fun. So we thought might as well throw something together that's actually drag and drop. There's significantly more stuff in here than we had in Excel, so at least it's
I
something
love
to talk
this.
about.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked. So we have like the consensus rankings, we have your rankings, which you can also do tiers. Although I don't have tiers going over to consensus because everyone's going to have different like tier breaks and whatnot. So that
Yeah.
wasn't going to be added over. But adds a little bit more individuality and whatnot. Eventually we can add IDP on here as well. This is all being pulled from the Fantasy Pros website, which is like where I get all the stats from and whatnot. Love them. There's like a player comparison tool where let's just do Bijan and Jameer. I'm not even gonna try to spell Jameer. You can like compare them head to head, see where we all rank them, and then projected points and stuff. That's going to be added in more. Then you can see like previous stats and whatnot. And then have a trade calculator on here as well. Going to have like a bye week check. So that way you can see if that affects your drafting. Personally, it doesn't affect mine, but I know some people care about that kind of stuff. There's a strength of schedule heat map where you can see the easiest schedule versus hardest. And this thing I got to fiddle with a little bit more because right now it's just going overall team strength of schedule and then showing you the position for that. It's not taking into account the position versus the opposing team. So this I need to fiddle with a little bit more. Could do like a mock draft on here.
It'd probably be best to also limit this to just starters.
Yeah, that's another
Because otherwise,
thing.
it's like,
Yeah, Zach Wilson, if he touches the field. Oh, goodness.
But no, this is fantastic. I love this. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
leave it. So
It's at least a start. And then, yeah, you can sync your sleeper league in here. I haven't been able to get the ESPN one yet, but in the works. Different waiver wire targets and whatnot, how people have been moving whenever we edit it. And yeah, here's just more like undervalued or overvalued for us, projection leaders. Kind of got a bit of everything, and then we got like here's our home pages and things to highlight. Here's some stats from the previous years you can pull up, all the team rosters. There's the like player database that we have, and then yeah, can go on here to make it bigger for everyone to see, but that is mostly that. But yeah. So now we have something to look at that's significantly more visually appealing than that terrible spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is awesome. Appreciate this, Jack.
Yeah. Something new. All right. Do we want to start then with like biggest ranking differences?
Do that.
Let's see what are the biggest disagreements. Boom. There
I
we
think
go.
we know what the biggest one is
Yeah, we
already
know
going to
what this
be.
one is. We knew that.
We talked about Malik
Unfo-
Neighbors.
Yeah, we've already talked on that one. So then the next one would be Kincaid, where Derek's significantly lower. I'm right at 108. Trevor's at 82. So we're completely all over the board there. Should I argue my case because I'm the middle, and then you guys build on top of that for like your cases?
Yeah, go ahead.
That works.
All right. So Kincaid, let me find where I have him in.
Yeah, can you
Tight
guys
end
let me know?
rankings.
Yeah, let me know what tight end rank you have him so I can find somebody to compare him to. I have an
Yeah,
agenda
so-
push here.
He would be. Where is he?
I have him at tight end 8.
Yeah, hold up. Let me go tight ends here. Am I losing my mind? Why can't I find him? Oh, here we go. So he's tight end 13 overall for us. Got it. Going back to consensus. He is not. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I have him 108. Derek's 149. Trevor's 82. So, my argument here is that obviously they have a great offense. Obviously, he hasn't been the number one target in there. They've been mostly a run first kind of offense, and then when they do throw, it feels like they spread it out across the board pretty well. Last year, I feel like he never really took the step up that we all thought he was gonna after his rookie year. Dawson Knox is still there, still a whole just thorn in the side. He just feels like someone that's pretty middle of the road where there's a clear cutoff between like even Jake Ferguson, Dallas Goddard, and then I think it drops off pretty harshly to Kelsey and then Dalton Kincaid, where they're not going to be the highlights of the offense. And they'll just get a few dump offs. They'll have some high touchdown upside because of the offense they're in, but they're not going to get too many targets throughout the game, maybe like 5 or 6, I would imagine. These are still things. Yeah, so last year he averaged 10.57 points per game. He only caught 40 balls. So what is that? 40 divided by 18, about 17, 2 to 3 ish catches per game. I don't know. Derek, what do you think? You're significantly lower on him.
I was, keyword was, the biggest believer in Dalton Kincaid coming out of college and going into, like I said, a fantastic situation where he was, I thought, going to be the clear tight end 1 on a team that has a great offense. And it's just never really happened. at least like around tight ends that I have him ranked around is like Hunter Henry, Travis Kelsey, Jake Ferg. Just comparing their seasons last year, like a couple of biggest things that just terrify me about Dalton Kincaid is he's only on the field 38% of the time. He had 38% of the snaps last year.
Yep.
So that's just not enough. And I know he was dealing with injuries, and there's probably I'm sure some of those games probably bring that down. But even then, the big like for tight ends, where do tight ends usually excel at? Should be in the red zone where you're the big body, you're the big target, go up and get a ball. So we've always seen, outside of a few outliers, best tight end seasons, or at least good tight end seasons, usually come with a fair chunk of touchdowns. With that being said, last season, Dalton Kincaid didn't even average a target in the red zone per game. And the Bills' offense is getting to the red zone a pretty decent clip. But there were 5 games in a row that he played. He didn't even see a target in the red zone. From weeks 4, he was hurt week 6, but then and there's a bye week 7. From weeks 4 to 10, he didn't get 1 target. And even then, he only saw above 1 target twice. So it's just, is he talented? Yeah, I would like to think so. But the usage just isn't there for a team that just seems to spread the ball out, and they don't really have a true kind of alpha. I argued the same point about DJ Moore last week. So it's just, the usage just isn't there. It kind of scares me versus like I said, I haven't compared around Hunter Henry, Jake Ferg, and Travis Kelsey. Henry's getting 1.3 targets per game, which is 0.6 higher than Kincaid. So at least when they get to the red zone, at least once per game, he's getting a look. So that's what you want. You want touchdowns from your tight end, especially when you're drafting guys like lower here. You just want 10 points, 12, 14 points, somewhere in that range. And a touchdown is always going to be the easiest way to get there. And again, for Henry, his snap total was at 79%. Said Kincaid was at 38. And if we look at tight end targets, like you talked about, how he hasn't been able to fully kind of get out of Dawson Knox's shadow, Kincaid only didn't even have half the tight end targets. Like he had a 49% target percentage among tight ends on the Bills. So it just seems he's getting used more as a decoy, and getting like kind of the early Kyle Pitts treatment for a guy that probably isn't as talented of a receiver as Kyle Pitts. And that just, the usage scares me a lot. And that's just why I just can't get behind that usage. I won't be touching Kincaid. I wish I could. I was a huge Kincaid fan out of college, but he just hasn't shown me really anything to trust him to take him in a draft.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Trev, what are you thinking?
I think that's all pretty valid points. I mean, I think I have a lot of my tight ends kind of scattered around and also ranked kind of high in my rankings now that I look at it. I mean, I got a ton of tight ends in my top 100, which I probably should bump at least half of them out of the top 100. But yeah, I don't know. Kincaid's tough because he is a good prospect. I mean, he's got a good build. He's a pretty decent blocker. I mean, when he gets thrown the ball, I feel like he can catch it. But it's just a matter of fact of how much is he going to get thrown the ball. Like Derek was saying, I mean, he gets 2 or 3 targets a game. Obviously, you hope that goes up a little bit. Maybe with some more playmakers on the field, like bringing DJ Moore in, maybe that opens it up more for Kincaid. I did notice few games that I watched of the Bills last year, seemed like Kincaid was used more on like a wheel route and
Yep.
kind of like a little bit more of like the trick plays. So I'm interested to see if Buffalo chooses to use him more in like a typical tight end role, or if they keep trying to use him in more like misdirection plays. I don't know. He's kind of hard to read, as most tight ends are. Like Derek said, kind of touchdown or bust is most tight ends. I mean, I got him right around Laporta and Goddard, and I don't know. It's kind of just a hit or miss. Like I said, I think I have my tight ends ranked a little bit too high, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of him quite yet. I'd like to see how it develops in training camp, see how much Dawson Knox is involved, and just kind of see. I mean, I think tight ends usually take longer to develop anyway. Um, Usually 2 or 3 years, I believe, and then they really start to get their role in the offense. I mean, unless you have a freak athlete like McBride, or well, I guess McBride took a couple of years too, but Bowers, I mean, right away. Laporta, he was good his rookie year, and he's kind of eased off a little bit.
There's
But
no way you're saying that. Keep
Laporta eased
talking.
off?
We'll get to him. Yeah.
You think
You
that
can
he
keep
didn't ease off?
finish off Kincaid, then we'll talk about Laporta.
Oh, I'm done with Kincaid.
I have
Sam Laporta
one.
got injured. He's been elite when he's on the field.
I will
Like
arguing.
green.
Sorry, I was saying, 1.4 Kincaid. I won't be too harsh on him. Like I said, I do like him. Before he started getting banged up last year, where he got hurt in week 5 and then was out week 6. Then after that, it was rough. Outside of 2 games, but from weeks 1 to 5, he was tight end 5 in 3 of those weeks. He went 2, 18, 3, 12, 5 for rank. And again, the snap percentage is low, but I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, you're kind of drafting a second tight end. You can bank on him to finally take that step, and it would be great. But yeah, I don't see him. Why?
Well, even now, I just considered that the addition of DJ Moore would make me think that just slightly Kincaid's target share is going to drop. So he was at 10% last year.
And he was sitting at around 4 targets per game last season.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't, if usually I feel like Josh Allen uses his tight ends like most quarterbacks in the league as a safety blanket, but now that he has another reliable receiver, I would not be surprised if he uses DJ Moore that way. Kind of like how he was used in Chicago last year.
The issue with Josh Allen in a safety blanket is he doesn't like to use that very much.
That's true.
It seems like if he gets in trouble, he's going to make something happen rather than, just take his medicine and dump it down.
Yeah.
Which obviously is why we have the conversation about him being, kind of turnover prone. But because of that, we also see him make some spectacular plays. But I feel like that benefits more of a DJ, like the wide receivers versus the tight end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose. I guess the next disagreement is Isaiah Likely. I'm way higher than you guys on him. Well, I guess I'm higher than Trevor by a little bit. Otherwise, Derek's way lower. Is that just a Jackson Dart thing?
It's a little bit. Much lower. Yeah, 62. It's kind of this, and not again. Let me backtrack. I was about to say it's similar to a.
Because realistically, I'm probably going to have to move him back a little bit if Malik Neighbors is looking good. Not that much, but
You're gonna move Malik Neighbors? No way.
I might move him up to 199 instead of 202. We'll see.
Does anybody have in front of them? Oh, hold on, never mind. I got it. I was gonna look at what games because Mark Andrews missed some games last year, didn't he? Sorry, did he?
Seems like it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. I mean, it says he played in every game.
It's just not good.
It is not good.
He
Um,
played.
that's kind of likely he's a question mark for me. I kind of just have him ranked this low because when I get to this point, I'm willing to take shots on guys, and he's one of those that I would be willing to take a shot on, but in that 10th round or something. By the time I have a team, by the time you don't really need a backup tight end. You usually find a straight a guy. But by the time I've kind of picked my the guys I like my actual sleepers or breakouts, but what I think is going to happen, then by that point I'd be willing to then take a shot on Isaiah Left because I think he's super talented. We saw obviously that like week 1 last season where he just blew up and everybody thought it was kind of finally going to be like this season. Ended up not being it. It's still Mr. Mark Andrews. It was his spot to lose. He just never lost it.
Yeah.
Now that being said, like he got used quite a bit still in Baltimore,
Yep.
and it's tough. I mean, you're sharing tight end, specifically tight end targets with one of the better, well, at least was one of the better tight ends in the current era.
Yeah.
So it's tough, to just completely snatch targets away from the guy. But yeah, that being said, it's not. I don't have him ranked so low as anything against him because he is intriguing, and I do think he could have a top 10 tight end season. I think there's definitely a route for that. It's more just the hesitancy of ADP, at least I have in front of him, has got him right at 11. I would be fine taking him there, but it kind of depends how the rest of my drafts go. Or rest of my draft goes. I'm probably not. I'm definitely most likely going more towards the 12, 13 range is where I'd be fine taking him because it's just when we have seen him be the starter in Baltimore, we've seen greatness. We've seen like him do great. We've also seen him have some pretty bad weeks. And I think Baltimore's got a better offense than what the Giants are going to have. So, it's just kind of a couple different factors that just scare me to really invest anything too high in him. Even if it is just picking him as a backup, I think I can get better sleepers around 10th, 11th round where he's kind of slugging it going right now.
Yeah. Trevor, we got to go back to Laporte to take. I'm not going to let that fly.
Okay, let's hear it.
How do you think he fell off? Like what season?
Well,
When?
just his rookie season, I just remember him to be like he was just insane. Like he was getting so many targets, he was getting the yards, he was getting touchdowns, he was getting everything. And I did go back and look at his stats from 24 and 25. And 25 he did get hurt half the year. And he performed in the first half of the season, but it was hold on, let me see.
Well, I have the stats pulled up right now. So 25, he was averaging, let's say, 13 or 14 points per game. I could probably sort by this. Was it 10 only?
He just had some
12,
some pretty bad
11.9.
games. Oh.
For full PPR.
Wait, oh yeah, I'm looking at half. Sorry, if anybody's confused about the numbers I've been spewing out here, it's because I've been looking at half PPR this whole time. Whoops.
Yeah, I've been trying to pull up the.
I mean, really,
yeah, 11.9. I got full PPR.
In 2024, he wasn't doing a ton, except like when he was ramping up for playoffs. I mean, he caught a couple of touchdowns early in the season, which helped him out.
He was tight end 8, though. He still finished as a tight end 1 pretty easily.
Yeah, that's true. But
I mean, compared
Yes.
to his rookie year, he didn't do as well, but still.
I mean, I guess you're looking at like 9
his rookie
points from a
year-
tight end position is probably top 12.
His rookie year was just amazing. And even then, we're looking at 14 points a game when he finished as tight end one his rookie season. And yeah, like Jack said, last year before he was injured, he was at 12. So, I mean, that's a catch. And his usage hasn't changed at all. I mean, the snap percentage honestly was actually last year was his highest in games he played.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a lot to like. And in years past, he was kind of going pretty high. I guess it was only 2 years after his rookie season, which is obviously fair. Tight, 10-1 rookie year. But yeah, years past, the buying price for him was through the roof. This year it's not so bad. This year he's around tight end 7 and 8. I mean,
7.
to tight end 7 ADP I have in front of me is just middle of the 7th. I would love.
Yeah, we have him about rank 85th overall for us. You guys have him at 99, Derek, and Trevor 91. I have him all the way up at 65.
Yeah, I might have to. The more I look at it, I think I might have to adjust that. We're gonna go. Let's go. Let's go live updates right now.
Like when he was healthy, I thought he was a stud, and it felt like now that Jameson Williams finally coming into his own, Laporta's getting a lot more open targets. Where instead, when Jameson Williams was kind of a dud, they could pack it on just Amon-Ra and Laporta. But now with Gibbs, Jameson, still Amon-Ra, Tesla, even, and Laporta, the defense is just too spread thin. I mean, I think Detroit will bounce back offensively big time this year when Laporta's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, if the issue is if Laporta is healthy, he should be. But yeah, like I said, that is a question mark there you got to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have Kittle higher than Laporta, though.
Yeah,
I
that's
do. I know for sure.
Yeah, you have him way higher. You have him at 67 compared to Laporta was 91.
I just
Kittle's coming
expect
off a
Kittle
torn
to be.
Achilles.
I just expect Kittle to be back week 1, and I don't know. I've seen some news about Ricky Pearsall still having issues with his entire body or whatever the hell's
I
going
think
on.
it's his hamstring.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't even play anymore, honestly. But I don't know. I think Kittle will get. I think Kittle will be Kittle, and I don't know. I think he plays all year, and we all know what he can do when he's playing. So
Yeah.
I have been adjusting my rankings a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't ruin anything we were planning on talking about.
No.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
need
going.
to. I haven't gone too deeply into my tight end rankings outside of a few guys. So yeah, that got kind of group like this group of like Laporta, Kraft, and Kittle. I've been kind of waiting on that because I was looking at the health of Kraft and Kittle. Because healthy Kraft and healthy Kittle, I think I'd rank. I would not think I would rank above Laporta, but it'd be close. Closer would have had.
Tucker. Yeah, he could be a league winner.
I think
He
there's
did
definitely an argument for him, though.
For Tucker?
No, for Laporta.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Definitely an
Tucker,
argument.
when he's healthy, if he's healthy, he will be absurd, dude.
Yeah. Kraft is
Oh my
he's
goodness.
huge too.
How much was he averaging points per game?
Kraft.
Yeah, he was averaging 14.6, and that accounts for his 4-point game when he got injured. He was probably closer to like 16, 18-ish. Yeah,
I
look at
think
this.
he was off to a. Did he start
Fif-
slow too?
No, it was 9.9, 24, 5.9, 10.6 by, 12.3, 16.8, 33, and then 4 in his injury game. Tight end 18, tight end 1, 26, 15, 11, 8, 1.
It's such a
But, I mean,
classic
two
when you
are
get to face the one, like their big blow up game, and then next week they get hurt.
Yep.
I love
I
that.
mean, to our point about like the easiest way for tight ends to get points is touchdowns. He had 6 in 8 games played.
Yeah, that's absurd.
So if that stays the same way, we can get full season of Tucker Craft. That's gonna be fantastic. Not for watching the Packers as a Viking fan, but if I own him in fantasy, I will love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
that is a lot of touchdowns to, I mean, keep that pace. But like at the same time, he's still getting the targets. He's still getting the votes. So no matter what, I like him. I hope he's, like I said when I talked about at the beginning here, he's looking good for week 1. Or at least it's in play. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Tight ends
The next-
are very interesting, I will have to say, for ranking, because it's like, do you value a tight end over, I don't know, like a wide receiver 2 or a running back 2? Kind of hard to rank them, I feel like.
I feel like it's a wide receiver 3 or 4.
Well, okay, wide receiver 3. Sorry.
Yeah. It's tough because I feel like it just falls off so fast. Bauer, okay. So, like, these guys you don't even need to mention. Bowers, McBride, Warren, Loveland, Fannin, Kraft, Laporta, Kittle. And then it starts to get tough. Like, Kyle Pitts, he is the biggest potential man ever. And the problem is, he looked so good at the end of last year. I thought he blew up. Didn't he?
He definitely played better, I believe, because did Drake London miss? Was that part of it?
I can't remember if he missed or not. How can I not find this guy now? Either way, everyone knows Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. Like, that's just gonna be how it is.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no,
Drake.
he finished as tight end 2 last year. Hold up.
Kyle Pitts, yeah.
Wait,
Well,
wait a minute.
Well,
I
to be
remember
fair, he
facing
had
him.
like
He
a
dropped like 50
46 point.
points. Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
that's what
the
it
biggest
was.
tight end game of history.
That makes sense. Yep.
12
Okay.
reception. Yeah, he
Yeah.
went crazy towards the end of the
Yeah.
year, though.
Otherwise, he's
Yeah, he did.
averaging a cool
So
10
those
to 12.
week
Yeah, I
13
mean,
to
to be
week
fair,
16 was like no Drake London at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Arizona.
I mean, to be fair, the tight ends outside of Trey McBride last year was kind of weak.
Yeah.
I mean, like Kyle Pitts got tight end 2 with 12 points a game.
Yeah, they just
It's
all
not
got
crazy.
injured. 12 points a game with a 45-point game is crazy.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
That game was insane. 12.
That game alone
11
pulled
catches,
him above.
166 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That game alone pulled him above Colston Loveland.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What is
But
that?
the other thing about Kyle Pitts is there's a trend going on. And I'll just in 2021 he had 1 touchdown this season. 22 he had 2 touchdowns. 23 he had 4. Wait, did I skip
3.
1? 3. Yeah.
23.
So I mean there's no
I mean,
it truly is. It's not
for 6.
In his 20th season he's breaking records. So let's just hope he lasts till that.
Long dynasty
just draft him in dynasty and stash him until he's 40.
Keep him on the taxi squad.
So yeah, I'm just joking about that. There's there. Obviously, if he doesn't have that blow up week, we're not even talking about this quote unquote trend.
No.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and then like Jake Ferguson, he could be sneaky good also.
Yeah.
He's on a great offense. He's always done pretty safe. Excuse me, McAfee. Leave me alone.
Is there any other big disagreements?
The next one was Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah,
that one I have him way higher than you guys.
I mean, he's
Oh,
just
you got him 23
he's just
spots.
never been healthy.
Yeah, that's just
I
the
feel like
thing.
we've all got him pretty far back that it's just not like huge thing.
Yeah, 'cause this
I
is
see the
round
role
10.
for him. I really do. I mean, it's there for the taking, other than Chuba being there. But
Yeah, I mean, we just saw last year that Rico Dowdle plays great, and the coaching staff had zero problem making Rico the running back one over Chuba. So it's like, if Brooks is finally healthy, is able to go, I loved him coming out of college. Dude
oh,
could definitely become the running back one there.
mhm.
That being said, I mean, it's a big if. 2 ACL tears in the span of 3 years isn't something you want to put any money on. But I mean, we saw J.K. Dobbins come back, so
Hell,
if
I'm still
Jonathan
holding
Brooks
him
is
in
able to.
Dynasty. I drafted him when he was a rookie. I'm holding on to him. He's taking up an IR spot for 2 straight years.
That's
Tears, tears
crazy.
are filling my bucket though.
Yeah, so I mean, this is round 10, so this is RB4, RB5. I'm like, potentially he could move up to an RB2, so this is just swing. Might as well if you're that late into the draft. That Trevor's range around what ish. Derek's like 14-ish. Oh, yours is later. Like 15 or 16, so yeah, I feel like a lot of our disagreements are gonna be coming from later rounds. Except for this one. Ricky Pearsall, Derek, you have way higher than us.
I do.
Yeah, you have him at 82. Trevor has him at 140. I have him at 105.
See, got at least some wide receivers around him. Court, Godwin, Addison, Jacoby Myers. I don't know. I just think he kind of just fits right in there. All those guys, we've seen the highs, we've seen the lows. Um, I mean, I was going to say something I disagree with. Actually, I was going to say I feel like he's got a higher ceiling than the rest of them. And no, it's more like we don't really know what his ceiling is. Because like he is a very talented receiver. At least he was drafted like he was, and it just hasn't really fully worked out. Um, that's a lot of guys I have around here. A lot of guys that I'd be willing to take shots on. Like I've got him right before or right after Jadarian Price, who I'm very excited about. And again, like going to that offense, I'd love to run the ball last year. He can, beat out Charbonnet. That'd be awesome. We're not talking about him. We're talking about Ricky Pearsall. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was looking at the receivers that had him around, and I kind of just threw a dart.
Yeah.
Like any of those guys, I'd have to really dive into like where I'm putting who. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
it's mostly like I have him just above them because it's like I said, I don't know his ceiling. Maybe we do. Maybe we've seen it already. And I'm gonna look like an idiot when he has another 500-yard season or something. Um,
Didn't he
yeah,
even
you're
hit
right
that
there.
last year?
400 and 528.
um, see, I know Ricky, but yeah, if that is a ceiling, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna look like an idiot, but I don't know. He's an intriguing guy to me, and again, the
Yeah.
49ers every single season keep vacating targets, but Ricky Pearsall is staying.
Yeah.
So they got to throw the ball to somebody. It can't be just CMC screen or dump offs and George Kittle.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's gonna be Ricky.
Yeah, I hope so. Trev, what were you gonna say?
About Ricky, or just
Yeah, you
in?
tried it for a second.
Oh, I don't know. His injuries scare me, but I think between Kittle and McCaffrey and Juszczyk and and Mike Evans, I feel like they have enough playmakers, and I don't know what Ricky's doing. I mean, if he's on the field, I could see him as a decent bench stash just to see what he becomes. I mean, I moved him down recently, but I don't know. He's an interesting guy. I mean, when I think it was his rookie year, he was playing pretty solid. And I was a big fan of him. And then last year, he didn't do much of anything. I mean, I think he had maybe two good games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting. We'll have to see how that pans out. Like I said, his injuries kind of scare me. He's always been kind of known for his injuries, and I don't know what that 49ers offense is going to do this year.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, you're closer to Derek, obviously, but what do you think? What are your thoughts about him?
Ricky, I need to see where I have him. Like, I have him right in the middle-ish. It's like I don't think Kittle will be the same in the first half of the season because of his Achilles. So targets got to go somewhere. A good amount of them are going to be going to Mike Evans, but I mean, this ranking is based off of full healthiness. And Ricky was a first round pick. When he has played healthy, I thought he's looked good. It's just a matter of actually staying healthy. And I mean, if the 49ers were able to somehow revive CMC, then I think they could try to do some sort of black magic on Ricky and keep him healthy. But I mean, who knows? It's just one of those dartboard throws where I could see where I have him compared to other wide receivers. But who do I have him around? I have him right around like Jaden Reed, Quentin Johnston, Parker Washington, Khalil Shakir, Jalen Coker. So I'm comfortable keeping him there. I could slide him down. I could slide all these players down is the thing. It's just like if he's healthy, I think he'll play pretty well. That's a big if though. So
You'd take him over Josh Downs?
no, I have Josh down slightly ahead of him because
I was just curious because I seen you had him pretty close.
yeah,
I
I
do
like
see him
Josh
have
Downs
that
more.
kind of caliber. I mean, I know I have Josh Downs further down than you guys, but I do see him kind of as a Josh Downs kind of player. Give you
Yeah.
some games.
Yeah, I'm hoping Josh Downs does better now that Pittman's gone and Daniel Jones is coming back injured, where he'll probably want to throw it more short field. But I don't know. Josh Downs is always the guy that gets hyped up every single year, and then he's just a dud every single year.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't know. I might be falling into the hype again with him.
Well, is there any other big disagreements we want to talk about, or
The
move
only
on?
other one that seemed interesting was Rashad White.
Mhm.
You guys are significantly higher than him than I am. Trevor's got him at 75. Derek, you got him at 98, and I have him at 125.
I'm at 102 now.
Okay. So, Trev, how are you so high on him?
I just see him being the guy in Washington, and he can catch the ball. Therefore, easy fantasy points. And I think if they also get down in the red zone, they could do some read options with him and Jaden Daniels. And I mean, he can also plunge the ball too. So I think with him having the starting role, if he gets it, I guess I just don't have a ton of confidence in um, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt.
Bill,
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, Bill. I don't know. Rashad, he's been in the league for a little while. He knows what he's doing. He's a veteran back. I feel like he can still move. He can still catch. He knows how to be a safety blanket for a quarterback. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
I
see a role for him to be another sneaky draft pick. I mean, even last year, I think we talked about it. He wasn't overly good on the Bucks. The Bucks weren't the best either, but
also
he's
say.
he's known. I mean, he's known to put up some good good games, good years in the past, and he hasn't necessarily been like a priority draft pick. So I think he could also be a steal again this year, and maybe a new offense that wants to utilize him more. Or I'm not sure. I think I see the role for him more clearly than maybe um, Bill there. So that's why I have him higher. I mean, you're way down on him, Jack. I know we've talked about it recently, or somewhat recently about him, and I mean, you said that you thought maybe he would take over that role too, and you still have him significantly lower. What's your thoughts with that?
I'll have to hear more out of training camp, but I think Rashad White, like you said, is a safety blanket. I think he'll get the third down role, or they'll need someone to catch passes because JCM was not good at that. But I think JCM's earned a lot more respect, where he's more likely to be given the first and second down role than Rashad White, who's coming in completely new. And at the end of last year, he just wasn't all too efficient. He was pretty rough. And that's a team that's drafted Rashad and loved him. I mean, we've watched the film. We've seen Rashad's great. He has a giant body, good hands, smart player, but it's just running ability, like finding the right holes, patience, all that kind of stuff, just sucks. So, like, while he'll be a good safety blanket for them, I don't think they want him to be the one that leads the backfield rushing wise because they don't trust how he runs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
valid.
mean, yeah, I still have him 10th round, but I think I have JCM even lower. Just with Jaden Daniels, he'll be basically another running back. He almost got 1,000 rushing yards his rookie year, so I imagine there's going to be quite a few schemed up plays for him to run, where they're not going to be relying on running backs nearly as much as other offenses like the Rams or like Minnesota.
Derek, want to
Yeah,
chime
I
in at
mean,
all?
I feel you guys have pretty much covered it. I do think he'll probably get the bulk of the touches there. I just don't know what that split's gonna be. And I mean, he's not really a guy that I would want to even touch if he's only getting like 50%, 50, 60% of the rushing attempts. Because obviously, yeah, it's a crowded backfield, and you have to factor in the fact that Jay Daniels does love to run the ball, and Washington loves to let him run the ball. So, yeah, it's just a lot of unknowns there, and none of them are really good. I think the only good one is okay. He can be the starting running back, but then everything else is just you know not great. And then the other point, like we haven't really seen a running back really flourish in Washington recently. Um,
Since Eckler, from like 2020.
yeah, and they're obviously pretty different back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think you guys pretty much covered it. I don't got much to add.
When was that actually? Was it like 22, 21?
I want to say it was even 23.
22, yeah, he was doing 21 and a half points per game. Let's see what 22 says. 22, he was doing 22 points per game. 23. Well, wait. 21 Eckler, yeah, was still with the Chargers actually. I'm tripping. So yeah, he didn't get there. Never mind.
Is Eckler not on the team anymore? Where is he?
I have no clue where Eckler is.
He got hurt, didn't he? Last year.
Yeah, I think he tore his
Yeah,
ACL,
he,
but I
he
don't know
did.
if
I
he's
just
still
don't think
there.
he's still. It says he's on the team.
Allegedly.
He's hiding in the grade A eggs.
What?
Never mind. You gotta see it. His head looks like eggs, like an egg. He's hiding in
Okay,
there.
yeah. Are you sure he's on the Commanders? I don't see him on the depth chart.
Oh, he might not be anymore. We might let him go.
All right, we are an hour in, so we should probably get cruising on the segments here.
Yes. All right.
I think
Next
that introduces the website pretty well. Again, feel free to check it out. I think Jack did a fantastic job on this. There's a lot of information to take in, a lot of tools to use. So should be a fantastic tool, like I said, for pre-drafts and during the season. Yeah, thank you, Jack.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
pleasure.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, do we want to move into the buy, hold, sell, some chalk talk again?
Yes,
Sure
sir.
can.
Trev, I want to hear you start us off.
Started out last time, but all right, I'll do it.
All right, we can do Derek.
No, I can go. That's all right.
All right.
All right. So I did all receivers last time. I'm going to do all running backs this time.
Okay.
I got Kenneth Walker, Kyron Williams, and sorry, not Kyron. Ken Walker, ETN, and DeAndre Swift.
You mean Achan?
Yes. Travis Achan. I still can't believe that. That's buffoonery.
Neither. So what are we thinking? You can't remember.
Give me the names again.
Ken Walker, DeAndre Swift, and Travis Achan.
Okay. I feel like you've been had some high praise for Mr. Kenneth Walker. I think you're buying him. But you could be selling because then again his value is high right now. No, I still think you're buying.
I think you're probably selling Swift, would be my guess.
I agree with that.
And then buying Travis Achan and holding Ken Walker. That's my guess.
I am indeed buying Travis Achan. And I am indeed selling DeAndre Swift.
Hey.
All right, I got one.
Oh, it's okay. Nobody's perfect, Eric. No, I really do like Ken Walker. He was almost my buy in this segment, but I just think Travis Etienne, for some reason, I just really like him on the Saints. I like the amount of usage that he's going to get, and their schedule is somewhat decent. I think the Saints have been able to push the ball down the field, and ETN's ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and also run from behind QB just presents a big opportunity for him to put up good fantasy points. Swift, the only reason that he's my sell is because of Kyle Monangai.
Yep. Amen.
I really do like Swift. I like what the year that he put together last year. I just think that they are definitely going to use more of Monangai, and I'm not sure what that Bears offense is going to look like. I think they're going to use a lot of Luther Burden. They're going to want to use Adunze. They're going to want to use Loveland. There's a lot of pieces that they're going to want to try and figure out how to use. So I don't know if Swift is necessarily their top choice to figure out how to use this year. I mean, I'm sure he'll still get his fair share of touches and touchdowns and big games and such, but I think I would be trying to sell on him right now, just the sole purpose of Monangai. I think he comes into his own this year. And Ken Bone, I am going to hold him. I think that he's a great athlete. Seattle didn't necessarily use him well at all. And I think the Chiefs have been looking for a running back that's explosive, and can kind of also catch the ball at the same time. So I think he fits in well in Kansas City. And like we were talking about earlier, I think the Chiefs are going to look for somebody else to step up. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to have Rasheed back, but they're also kind of losing Kelsey in a way. I mean, he's getting older. Who knows if he can still do it? We kind of expressed our feelings on Xavier Worthy, and he hasn't been the best of a receiver. So I think I'd like to see how they use him, and I think that he gets some good touches and good usage in Kansas City. So I'm going to hold on to him.
I like it. All of those I could definitely agree with. The only one I have contention with is Travis Etienne.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I feel like the only point you didn't bring up is Kamara has actually been training, and he seems like he actually cares this season. So I'm not sure how cut out his role is going to be. I still imagine he's going to be majority back, but I don't think it'll be like bell cow kind of carries.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, everything else I completely agree with on him, and I'm also still pretty bullish.
Yeah, he's tough. I had never really liked him in the first place. I mean,
Yeah.
the Jags, he basically farmed touchdowns from that entire offense for how many freaking years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd like to think that he will have the role there, even if Kamara does end up playing and being useful. I think he'll still get more of the work than Kamara.
Yeah, I like it. Derek, you want me to follow that up?
Go ahead.
All right. Let me give you guys some names that are real close to each other. I got Devontae Adams, Jamison Williams, and Christian Watson.
Vontae Adams. Sorry, I was spaced a second name. Was that?
Devontae Adams, Jamison Williams, and Christian Watson.
You're buying Christian Watson, 100%, and I think that you are holding on to JMO. You might be selling Devontae. That's what I think.
Derek, you got a guess?
That's a tough one. I think that you are. You're gonna hold JMO. Gosh, man. I am gonna go with 3. Yeah, I got nothing. That's tough.
Yeah, they're all real close to each other in our consensus rankings. Unfortunately, I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm gonna buy Adams. I'm selling Jamo, and I'm holding Watson. Sole purpose, like the one I feel strongest on is Adams, because he was in his basically entire role on the Rams was just touchdowns. I think he had something like 17 touchdowns last year. He was the most targeted red zone receiver. I don't think that role is going to change. He's lost a step, gained another year, but still an elite offense. Stafford still trusts him, still probably an elite route runner. Puka's going to be the best in the field, but I mean, Adams in the red zone is absurd. And I think the few games that when Puka was gone, Devontae Adams went off. Like, I think he was averaging something like 30 when Puka was gone. It was just unreal. Yeah, he still finished as the wide receiver 9 last year. Yeah, when Puka was gone. I mean, even when he wasn't gone, he was still just crazy. He didn't play a few games at the end, but I mean, he was still averaging 15.9 points per game. So to be able to get him in like the 4th or 5th round is absurd to me. I'll gladly start reaching on him a little bit more.
That's fair.
Jamo, I mean, we talked a little bit on Laporta. That's kind of my reasoning there. I'm like, I think Laporta's severely undervalued, and he's aside from Jameer Gibbs, the second receiving option there. So I guess he's the third. Then Jamo, I think, would be the fourth. Then so I still have him as like the 50th overall pick, 52, but I could definitely see myself dropping him lower because I feel like he's a great real life wide receiver, but just for fantasy, being the X receiver that just runs deep routes and is super fast just isn't the kind of role that I want for a full PPR team.
Mhm.
And then Watson, I don't know. He's just right in that range where it's like he could be really good and he got paid like he's going to be the wide receiver one there. When he was healthy at the end of last year, I thought he did pretty darn good. It's just he needs to stay healthy. Once that hamstring flares up again, then it's over for him. But I mean, Jordan Love's about as average as it gets. Tucker Kraft might come back and completely take over that offense, but I mean, there's no other clear wide receiver one there. So I'd like to take a shot on someone that's on the Packers because the Packers somehow always end up to be good, unfortunately. Yeah, let me just pull up his second half stats just to try to back this up more. Yeah, he was still up and down, but it was like 20, 10, 18, 25, 6, 4, 22. So hot and cold, but it looked promising.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone I can just hold. Not going to buy him, but if he falls in my lap, I'd be pretty happy.
I don't mind that at all. Trying to think of
I
anything I
might
want
actually
to add.
move these now.
No, I don't really got anything to add to that. I see it. I mean, I don't want to cheer for Watson. I really don't.
I know.
But man, the numbers back up the fact that he should.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess
Need to
we'll
move
just
on to show.
wait and see what happens.
That we will. It's crazy that it's only day one of training camp. I want things to just get
Oh
going.
my gosh, I'm already so excited.
I can't wait. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah. All right, Derek, what are you thinking for your buy, hold, sell?
So I'm kind of sticking. I got another theme going like I did last week. This week I've got running backs going into their second season. We got Bayshaw Tootin, Travion Henderson, and Mr. Quinshawn Judkins. What are we thinking?
Said Quinchon Judkins. Who were the other two? Sorry, Bayshell.
Bayshaw and Travion.
Ooh. Bayshell, Travion, Quinchon. Oh man. Oh, those are all
That's tough.
This is what we're thinking. You're probably buying Bayshell, holding Travion, and then selling Quinchon.
Trevor?
Bayshell could, yeah, I like that.
I think you're gonna sell Travion, you're gonna hold Judkins, and you're gonna buy Tootin.
Jack, you got it on the dot.
I like that. I'm dialed right now.
I mean, it might change a little bit based on like if we're looking at a dynasty versus keeper, just because Tootin is the oldest of the three. But for purely just redraft purposes, how much of each of these guys I like. Right, I mean, we're very early on in training camp, so don't get too high on what I'm about to say. But I have heard nothing but good things about Tootin.
I'm high on that supply.
And yeah, it seems like this is his backfield. And I mean, currently his ADP is right in the middle of the fifth. That probably goes up if we continue to hear good things. But still, no matter what, even if he starts to creep into the fourth, I'm fine with that. Because at that point, like I think he can be a very solid RB2 this season. Honestly, good RB2. So yeah, so like fourth round, I'd be fine with that if his ADP does continue to rise. It has a little bit, but again, people who are drafting this early are freaks. Unless you're doing like dynasties or whatever, and whatever. I digress. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. When he did get time to play last year, he was extremely efficient. I think he's hovering right at or above 5 yards a carry, which again, he is the second back. Take that with a grain of salt. Second back comes in. Usually, you're not completely selling out for run. But still, that is highly efficient stuff we love to see. So yeah, that's why I'm buying Bayshaw, and then yeah, I'm holding on Hendo right now. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah.
between him and Quinshawn, it's kind of a toss up of who I wanted to hold, who I wanted to sell. Trayvion's going almost a round earlier. Currently for ADP, I have him right in the middle of the fourth, and Quinshawn's at the beginning of the fifth. So I mean, it's seven or eight spots, I think it is. So it's not much, but there's a gap.
Yeah.
And this is not me knocking Quinshawn's ability to play football. He is fantastic, and just from eye test alone, one of the most talented backs I've watched before. I was able to scoop him up pretty cheap when we had issues in the offseason last year. And I mean, he was awesome. And the issue is the Browns are horrible. That offense is not good, and truly the only reason that he was able to get around, I think he was just under 20 touches a game. I got here, averaging just north of 18. Is because that defense was so freaking good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that defense was good. Now that being said, they traded away the best defensive player in football.
I could even argue best player right now.
Yeah, arguably just the best player in football. What is that going to do for your defense? Nothing good. So yeah, I just worry that going into the second season, you hope that those touches go up. I don't know if they will. Now that being said, he's currently kind of being drafted right around RB running back.
Quinshawn?
Yeah.
Running back 23.
Running back 23. Okay. Which he finished at 26 last year. Again, missing 3 games. So, he plays those games. You're pretty much, if you get what you got last year, you're kind of drafting him right there. That being said, I'm just a little worried we won't see those touches. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm just forgetting all of my words here. Yeah, I'm just a little worried we won't see those touches. And as a guy who's, I don't believe, a very prolific receiving back, and if they're just throwing the ball a ton, I worry about his usage, about how much he's really going to be toting the rock when you're down 28-7 at halftime. 7's actually ambitious.
20. Yeah, I was going to say 3.
Yeah. That being said, I mean, if this is a dynasty, or I guess dynasty, he would be already picked up. A keeper league, these guys are more of a toss-up for me because I believe Quinshawn's the most talented of the 3. You just hope that the Browns figure it out and he's able to, use that athleticism and that explosiveness.
Yep.
And then
Everything you touched
haven't
on.
really talked about Mr. Hendo, Travion Henderson. Again, similar with Judkins, he is so talented. Like we got those couple games where oh my gosh, what's his Ramondre went down and he was amazing.
Yeah, 28 points, then 32 points. And then
Yeah.
against week 15 he had 30.
Exactly. So in that 5-game stretch where he was the back, I mean he was RB better, he was RB 4, I mean 21-30. It's kind of rough. And then 2. But then again, the 21-30, you're drafting him as an RB2, that's fine. The upside is there. There is so much upside with Travion Henderson. And again, if you're willing to take a gamble on a guy, he's a great pick. He could realistically have an a top 10 season if they just give him the reins. The issues, I just don't see that happening yet.
Yeah. And Stevenson ended last year great.
Yes, he did. And I mean, again, it's like I'm just salivating over the thought of letting them just let Travion loose.
Same.
But I don't think it's going to happen again. I mean, Ramondre's still there. And I don't know how long Ramondre's still there for off the top of my head. If you guys can look that up for me, it'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know exactly what's going on in that backfield. So that's why he's going, like I said, right in the middle of the 4th. I'd be fine with that, prefer it a little later. But I'm fine with it. Quinshawn, that offense is just so awful. It kind of scares me that about the touches he's going to see because again, like I said, the defense is going to get worse. But
he's there until 2028.
Yikes. Okay.
Well, through 28, so he would be a free agent in the summer of 29.
So we've got 2 more seasons plus this one.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, maybe don't pick up Henderson in a keeper then. You can maybe if you're buy him in 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was talking about, assuming Tootin's ADP goes up, I'm still happy with this. I like I said, I've heard nothing but good things, which is a great thing. Again, like I talked about in the beginning, coaches are usually always just going to say good stuff, but when it's consistently and repetitively praise for one single player and not the RB rooms look great. No, it's Bayshaw Tootin has been fantastic. And I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So yeah, just that reverberating positivity, couple big words. About Bayshaw Tootin just really makes me want him on my fantasy football roster this season.
Yeah. Man, I just wish Quinshawn was on a better team. You're right. He is a stud. Same with Henderson. Henderson will always be stuck behind Stevenson, it seems like. I don't know what he did to Coach McDaniels, but he had to do something to get stuck behind him because he looked electric. He started out game 1 of the preseason with that kick return touchdown. Remember? Everyone's like, oh my goodness. He's going to be the second coming to Devin Hester.
Yep, that happened to me. I completely fell for that. But yeah, I mean, the game the Vikings played against the Browns was like the first time I really watched a full game of Quinshawn Judkins, and
oh my goodness,
he's got a twitch. Like he's just he is a fantastic running back, and I mean I'd even argue one of the more talented guys we've seen come into the league. He's just in a horrible situation.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The only people I think are more talented than him are like Bijan Gibbs. I don't know if I could say CMC anymore.
I mean,
JT, I still
talent
think Gentry.
wise, like, I mean, seems he's lost step. I still say he's more talented. He just maybe doesn't got the burst that Judkins has got now. But
Hampton, I like more. Kendall, HM. That's about it. Maybe Jeremiah Love. Oh, and Brees Hall. Brees Hall severely hampered by his team as well.
yeah, great running backs in bad situations. It just sucks to watch. It truly does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it for obviously years being Iowa State. Iowa State guys seen it for years with Brees. So I hope Judkins isn't the next Brees Hall,
Yeah.
where he's just constantly been like hoping he's going to be great. I don't know. I hope I'm completely wrong about him because he's so much fun to watch when he's given space. Even just a little bit.
I'd agree with that. Do we want to move on to an overreaction court new segment?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
I
good.
can throw out the take if you guys don't have any. Otherwise, if you guys have a hot take you like, go ahead. You can be the one that starts and defends it.
I don't have any.
Derek.
Let me ponder on that. I had an idea, and I'm just trying to come back to it here.
Because I've got one that now I just thought of it that I really like more than.
Actually, no, you know what? I do got one. I do got one.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I believe. Trying to think if this is really an overreaction or if I'm getting too broad because no, I think it's fair. I think one of the rookie wide receivers drafted this season will finish the year in the top 6 for wide receivers.
Wow. So you think either Makai Lemon,
Carnell
Who else?
Tate, Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson? Who else even is there? That's a rookie.
Carnell Tate.
You think Carnell Tate will do that?
I'm sorry, brother. I can't back that.
Trevor, you got to defend that one and be like, nope. Let's hear it.
I can't.
Prosecute.
I can't take that one. You're telling me that he's going to put up just as good numbers as, well, let's see. You're saying top 6. So Puka, Jamar, JSN, Amon-Ra, CD, and then he's either going to beat out,
Well, I could give you, just for
I mean,
fun's sake, points per game wise over the last few years, top 6 wide receivers had to finish with at least 16.8 in 2025. 24, pulling it up, was 18 flat.
I mean, I can't lie. That would be cool to see, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Well, to be fair, part of it is kind of a volume. There's a lot of wide receivers taken first round, early second. I mean, we've got, like I said, Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Lemon, Casey Concepcion. We'll skip. He's on the Browns. Omar Cooper. I mean, like the Jets they got to throw to somebody. He wouldn't be my pick. But then Stribling, and then he's early second. Another Brown. But I mean, like those, I guess 5 guys are really what I'm looking at. I believe one of them will for sure. I mean, not okay. Sorry, correct. Not for sure be top 2. One of them will for sure be the number 1 option. And all offenses, I think, can be great. I think the Titans certainly take a good step forward, and I believe Cam Ward is certainly a talented enough quarterback to give his his number 1 option 8-9 targets a game. So it's just betting on the talent that Carnell Tate, if he is that guy, can do something. And same thing, Jordan Tyson, another very talented receiver. Obviously, in that case, he's most likely not the wide receiver 1. Barring anything we're not even going to talk about with Chris Olave, that injuries are not happening.
Mhm.
But
I mean,
if they do, he's going to be the wide receiver one in another offense that should be good. But Kyle Lemon, obviously, the Eagles are trying to replace AJ Brown by drafting wide receiver in the first round. Again, do I think he's gonna? No. I mean, sorry. I think he's gonna. I don't know if he can just up and replace AJ Brown in his first season. Probably not. But the opportunity is there. So it's just a lot of opportunity for a couple of these guys. I think one of them is going to have a fantastic season. We saw it with BTJ, where
Yep.
I mean, again, like he was going into an offense that took a step forward, and he was their guy. So I do believe one of these guys will have a great season. It's just hitting on which one or which ones. Maybe it's cold. And I guess one guy I didn't talk about Stribling. I mean, again, the 49ers took him right away in the first, and I believe I don't know if they just traded up or if they. Oh no, they traded back and then took him right away and started getting. But again, like we talked about, how it seems every single offseason the 49ers are vacating targets. Somebody's gonna have to pick him up. And I just mentioned him because he's probably on the best offense of the guys that I've listed. And they're the 49ers they're gonna throw the ball. We don't know to who. George Kittle can't get 25 oh my gosh, 25 catches a game. So I mean, one of these wide receivers have to step up. We already talked about Ricky, and it's just another guy that could step up and take, get 8, 9, 10, but in the 7 and 9 target range and see what they do with it.
yeah.
I think mid to high receiver 2 would have been more appropriate. I mean, maybe it happens. I see maybe
It's
a
an
rookie.
overreaction for a reason.
Oh yeah. I think I could see a rookie finishing top 18, maybe more realistically. Like I said, it'd be cool to see a rookie finish top 6. I just don't know that there's. I don't know that it's
Finished,
possible.
wide receiver 16 last year.
Who did?
Tet
Ted.
on a terrible offense, might
Right.
I add. Yeah, BTJ was wide receiver 4 his rookie year. I'm just going back and trying to find all the rookies and how high they finished. 23. Jamar come into the league. When did Olave and Jamar come into the league? Are they 21? 22. No. It looks like 23 was the biggest stud. Jordan Addison, I think he came in 23. Yeah, he was wide receiver 23.
Man.
22.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Possible.
looking at specifically those top 2 guys, that is some high draft capital to spend on a wide receiver. And obviously, both Titans and the Saints are both offenses looking to take a big step forward.
Garrett Wilson was wide
So
receiver.
if I'm taking a more conservative approach, I would say Colonel Tate or Jordan Tyson finish like you said, like the top 16. But
Hey, it's possible though.
broadening my scope and bringing in more guys that are being drafted, like I said, high draft capital, and either going somewhere where they vacated targets and somebody's got to pick those up, or just like I said, in an offense that's looking to just take a step forward. I truly do think the possibility of like one of these guys kind of blowing up is for sure there.
I could see top 12. Let's say Olave gets injured. Rashee Rice has to worry about his problems. Pickens could be just a wide receiver and fall into problems. Garrett Wilson's on the Jets, so who knows? Tech could regress because of just also being on the Panthers. T could get injured. I mean, it's not unreasonable to say Carnell Tate could rise up to be a wide receiver 12. There'd have to be a lot of things that fall in his way, but we've seen crazier things. Wide receiver 6 is a stretch. He'd have to be as good as BTJ his rookie year or as good as Jamar Chase his rookie year. So he'd have to be crazy right away. But I think both of those
Same as a
fell.
chance.
I think both of those fell into opportunities though that were more positive than what Carnell Tate fell into. But yeah, there's a chance. I'm gonna hold on to my take then for next time, unless you want me to throw it out there.
I don't know if we was doing one or do you want to?
I could do one. We don't have to do 3, but I have a pretty fun one that
Okay.
I need to start incorporating more. I think kickers are severely underrated. We saw how high Cam Little was ranked last year. I think you could take Cam Little or any of your top kickers in round 9, and it would pay off for you just for how many total points they got. Like, let's see. Last year, Jason Myers had 202 points, and the second kicker, Fairbairn from Houston, had 194. We go over to wide receivers and see where that ranks out. They would be wide receiver 19.
No way.
Yep, and running back. This is full PPR too. They'd be running back 22. So they'd be doing better than Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker, Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre Stevenson. For other people, they'd be doing better than, Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, CeeDee Lamb, Ikbuka, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, Lad McConkey. So, and you don't have to worry about the risks of a kicker getting injured. That just never happens. So if you find the guy that you love and you draft him there, it's not unreasonable to think that he could become more valuable than your wide receiver 2 or your running back 2.
Well, I'll be. I had no idea kickers are really doing it like that.
So I guess that's my take, that they should be drafted around 8th, 9th round, the top end kickers.
8th, 9th round.
Or some people would be picking their running back 3 or wide receiver 3, or even a starting tight end or kicker. Or starting tight end or quarterback. Could start taking kickers there and have no problem.
Yeah, you know what? That's not ridiculous to say. I'm not. I really. I mean, if you look at, you bring up the stats, I don't even know how much of an overreaction this is. Like, the only argument I could see is obviously, if you're, is what's the advantage of just streaming it? Like, you can not. It's like spending a draft pick in like around in the 10th there. You can fire at sleepers and you get, whoever the next, big sleeper is going to be that can be a league winner. Because I don't feel like a kicker is going to be a league winner. Like you said, like, this is still like at best an RB2. Versus like, still taking some shots on sleepers or guys that could have breakout seasons. Can be, like I said, league winners. So I don't know. Like I said, I would be curious on, just getting guys like streaming kickers and seeing how they do. But obviously, you're not gonna be right every time. That's a peculiar take, Jackson. I was not prepared for that. This is starting to be fun.
Yeah, because I started adding kickers to my rankings and I have them all around like 240. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, because I was just checking that because I'm like, Brandon Aubrey's been excellent for a while. Cam Little's been excellent for a while. Jason Myers has been excellent. Same with Conley Fairbairn. Like, they've all been great kickers, but they're always like 12th, 13th round picks. Like, I could definitely slide these guys up. But
I mean, you could always just wait until whoever pulls the trigger first. Unless if you really are getting into that 10th round range where you're happy pulling the trigger there and there's nobody you really like at that point. If your list of sleeper breakout picks is through, yeah, you know what, fire on Brandon Aubrey or Cam Little, whatever, to one of these guys you think you can play every week, because at the same time there are also leagues that you got to pay for transactions and or in auctions, and you can save that money for players that you actually want and not just because you need a kicker.
Yep.
Yeah, that's certainly intriguing. I don't have much to say about that. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. Trev, any thoughts?
I think round 9 might be a little high, but I do see the value in kickers, and kind of same goes for defenses. Just
Yeah.
because I have lost or won a league just because of a kicker or a defense, so I'm not going to argue against it, but I think round 9 might be a little too soon. I'd like to maybe get maybe 2, maybe 3 bench spots just filled out before I go for a kicker, just because there are, I mean, kind of just like any position, you can get injuries and such, but I feel like kicker and defense is definitely more of a waiver wire option. Like, you could still get a solid 10 points out of a waiver wire kicker and definitely be happy with that. So I don't know. I think round 9 might be a little optimistic, but I think round 11, maybe 12 is more realistic.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't bring in defense, well, I have a few reasons. One being they don't score as many points as kickers, as surprising as that sounds. Two, they're a lot more variable from year to year. And three,
And
because there are more people on it, there's significantly more risk of having a bad week if one of the star players is injured versus a kicker just shows up and kicks. They don't have to worry about injuries.
the other thing with defense is they are also very matchup dependent.
Yes.
So for a perfect example, this year the Texans are ranked #1 fantasy defense before the season. That being said, there's no way they should be the first defense off the board because you can't play them in the first 2 weeks. They go Bills, Bengals weeks 1 and 2. I'm not
Yeah.
playing them against either of those, unless you're picking 2 defenses in your draft, which I mean, everybody's.
I can't say that I haven't seen that done.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody's. Oh my gosh, word I'm forgetting here.
I've seen those ESPN beginner leagues.
Everyone's strategy. There we go. Goodness, is different. Yeah, personally, I'm always trying to fill my roster with as many players as I can get, because the chance that one of those guys could be, end up being a great pick or a great value pick is there. But yeah, defense is the way I have always drafted defenses. I look at their first 2 to 3 weeks and try to get something great there. Best matchups there, and obviously sometimes it doesn't work. Like you said, like there's a lot of variability between seasons. So, will this happen? Probably, most likely not. But there's a chance the Texas defense just up and sucks, or the Broncos defense just can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that happens, but it's a possibility. So that's with anybody. But yeah, defenses are I would be. I pick defense last every year. I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life. The chance you
Yeah.
get a 20-point game from a defense isn't very strong. Usually, like a good week versus a bad week for a defense is 12 versus 4. So I mean, it's just not a very big gap. Where having elite defense week in and week out is really all you really want to avoid is the big blow ups like letting like if you pick if you have your defense against the Browns, which is pretty consistently a good pick last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had one game where they got 40. If you know that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's just how it goes.
A lot of it's just luck. I mean, like you might get an opportunistic pick six, and then boom, you get the number one defense of the of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, I've always just screamed defenses. If I get my hands on a good one, I'll hold on to them for a few weeks. Kind of stuff. I've been on a hot streak.
Yeah. I like it. Do we want to wrap it up here now? We've already gone on for 2 hours starting to.
Yeah, I think that what wraps it up for me.
I think so too. Unless you really wanted me to do one, otherwise I can save it for another time.
We can definitely save it. I think those two for now are pretty good.
Cool.
And my bedtime's calling.
I'm here, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd say that concludes episode 3. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope to hear some opinions in the comments. We'd love to get any feedback on one of our takes or any other formatting style you guys would prefer or want to hear for. Let us know. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time.